1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, what's a crack, everybody? You all good?
Hello, I'm back. Because I was gone last week.
Yeah, you were away playing your flute.
I was playing a show up in Derry.
A skin flute.
Slash
London
Derry.
London.
Because
Somebody shouted out at one of my gigs the other week. I think it may have been her, don't know.
It was me.
And they shouted out, London Derry! Because I said Derry. And I went, oh, why, that place? I says, if you don't know where Derry is, it's beside London Donegal. Fuck's sake, fuck off.
One of the best responses to a heckle I've ever seen. Mickey was like, I was in Dungannon and someone went, hey! And he went, sorry, do you call it London Gannon? So shout out to Mickey Bartlett for that. Piece of fucking genius. I was gigging last week, so that's why I wasn't here. The good boy Sean stepped in for me. How have you been, Patrick? Did you hold down the fort without me?
I'm stuffed tonight.
Why are you stuffed tonight, Patrick?
I'm stuffed tonight because Aidan at a little farm catering made absolute platter of food. Says he was sending up a wee bit of grub for us just to have. Absolute feed the troops. He could have fed the whole of the troops in Kabul. Who were in the bumper cars and
I was with them. If you've seen the photos of just me.
William is the head of the Taliban. Actually,
if I was the head of a terrorist organisation, that's exactly what I would be doing.
Well, after seeing them on the bumper cars and having a great time, I was like, do you know what? If I'm gonna fucking go somewhere, I would join that squad. Or
did you see them in the gym like dancing the Drake songs and all?
Wee Adidas on the full fucking kit of gear.
I would love to be there for that.
Thank you very much to Little Farm Catering. Please, folks, I'll put the photograph up with their number and their socials. Absolutely. Not only just did I get a platter of food sent up that was fucking delicious and mountains of it. It was amazing. Everybody got some. Everybody got fed. Like, it was meant to be a platter for 6. I think it's fed 20 people. And there's still some left. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Hit the guys up. Yeah. And I mean that. Normally we get stuff up and we would just sort of side mention it. Definitely use them again.
Also, shout out to, I forgot about them, the Hypnosis clothing. I have the hats in my car if you guys want hats. The Hypnosis clothing.
Where's my fucking t-shirt?
It's in my house. Forgot to bring it.
Well, fucking bring it the next time.
I have the hats.
Hypnosis. Don't send stuff to fucking me because you don't get it. He has it as a duvet on his fucking bed. That's what it is.
It's a wee wank shirt. No shirt just come on.
I would like to even just have a look at it. I'm starting to think now fucking his granddad's fucking playing golfing or something.
Yeah. But yeah, use the code Mudblood for 10% off.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Who else did we have to? Anyone else we had to mention? Bud Lightyear. Yeah, he asked me to mention
Bud Lightyear.
Bud Lightyear. He sorted us out as well. I have to go get that, but he sorted us out.
Yet again, William has my stuff.
I don't actually have this yet.
Right, okay.
I don't have this yet.
Just hit up Bud Lightyear, our friend on Instagram.
Yeah. But yeah, the Taliban, I would love to be in the room, right, when they were like, they've captured Afghanistan, and they're sitting there like, Captain, this has been a 20-year mission. What is the first thing we do? And the guy's like, get on the bumper cars, bastard!
You just know for a fact, right, that they were like, okay, you, Fidel, take your squad. You take over the hospital. You, Misha, you go take over the council yards and all council buildings. You, fuckhead, you just go get Funderland.
Get down to Barry's, bastard!
just go to Funderland, you useless cunts.
Yeah. That's what happened in Funderland. It was a terrorist attack when all the swings went mad. Taliban went for them. We're taking the fucking waltzers, bitch!
Two times. No ticket, no on.
But yeah, that's so, like, it's so weird seeing all the news reports just being like this evil organisation and this and that, and they do this. And they probably are. But then just seeing the videos of them just knees up in wee bumper cars, it's fucking adorable.
It was. Do you know what? But it is fucking terrible what's happening in the fucking people holding on to fucking planes and then fucking falling off is fucking frightening. Seeing that. So there must be bad cunts if people's trying to escape the country.
Hey, I'm not sitting here being like, I don't think the Taliban are too bad.
I know what you mean, but like they don't show that in the BBC. They're all sitting in bumper cars going beep beep.
Like, there's no like documentary footage of the Nazis playing chases, but it probably happened.
Typical fucking Yanks again. Go into a fucking country, fucking racket, fuck off out of the country, and then fucking some wanker takes over.
They're like the worst Airbnb guests ever.
And
they're
they
like,
just like left, bye, and then fucking they take it over in 2 weeks.
it's like going into an Airbnb America's renting.
Listen,
there's bodies everywhere.
Another example of there's been a phone call between Biden and your man, and the fucking deal was done, and fucking, where's the guy that was the fucking prime minister, and he fucks off. He's in fucking Boha or something now.
Fair fucks to the British ambassador, who is still there.
Did he walk out with a big platter of fucking Ferrero Rush?
No, he's still there. Processing visas for people.
Is he?
Aye. Fair, because I'll leave work 10 minutes early. That cunt's sitting there.
There's been a deal done. There's been a...
He's sitting there with French security guards.
See when I seen the videos that they've took everywhere and they haven't went near the airport, they're giving people time to fuck off. And the Yanks are walking about patrolling it.
Is this up there with like Osama bin Laden?
This is up here with fucking Stephen Nolan and his fucking fake people that fucking are...
What are you saying?
Stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I don't have a fucking clue what you mean. Like, is this when he has the fake sources, do you mean? When no one goes like, oh, my source, and it's like...
Yes,
right, I get you now.
So there's like, oh no, they've took it over, wow.
Yeah, we're not saying Stephen Nolan's in the Taliban.
The Yanks are meeting people in the alleyways and going, we just go, lads, we'll fuck off, and then you just come in, and it looks like he's took it by fucking storm. I genuinely didn't see any videos of that. I genuinely have not seen any videos of the Taliban taken anywhere by storm.
And that's because he would have sent me them if you had them.
Yes.
Of like them shooting people
in the
street.
Look at fucking Syria. Look at all them places where some people were... Look at any place where they were taken somewhere by storm. That didn't happen. It happened too quick. Do you know what I mean? It was like...
Yeah, I agree with you, but I just love that you don't buy into like this country's been taken over because you haven't been sent any WhatsApp videos.
This has been going on for months. This has been a deal struck for months, and the Taliban went, listen, either he fucks off now, or we're gonna whack him and hang him from a street light. And they've went, no, because we've already agreed that these are going to be the government, and we're going to be sending diplomats and all to you, and you're going to be friends of ours. So if you do that, you'll look like fucking absolute scumbags. And we'll not be able to do that. So you're going to have to normalise yourselves. So what to do is you storm the fucking country, and then we'll throw out a couple of videos of you boys having a good time in the gym and fucking on the bumper cars. And then it doesn't make it look like this are at bad.
You're the Taliban's PR manager. I love that.
I'm not. What I'm saying
that's what it was.
It's like the fucking Yanks. Like they think everybody's... I hate that the fucking Yanks came here to fucking tell us how to have peace in our country, when they were fucking blasting the bollocks out of people in Iraq and fucking everywhere around the world.
Didn't they bring peace to our country, Patrick? Then we get peace in the end. Not that they brought it, but we got it in the end.
But they had fuck all to do with it.
It's like World War II, they just swooped in at the end.
It's like me fucking... Let me give a good example of this here. What would it be like? It would be like me trying to fucking tell somebody how to fucking have a good dad. And I'm a fat cunt, and I'm sitting in a shop eating a kebab, and people's going, how the fuck are you on TV telling them two wee lads to fucking hearty eat and to have a good dad, and you're sitting here with a big fucking belly in it.
I get you. Yeah,
it's like Harp don't use me for their fucking advertisement because I've got a beer belly, even though it's not a beer belly, because they can't have some fat cunt selling beer. Because people will go, I look like a fat cunt if I drink fucking Harp.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But the Yanks are telling people to fucking have peace, and they fucking are nuts.
Yeah.
A guy who asked for it to be a conspiracy theory show in like episode 4 is getting on his way today.
Oh, we should have a conspiracy.
But it's not even
episode.
Conspiracies. This is just the way the world works.
Yeah, that's what a conspiracy theorist says.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a conspiracy. It's
I'm not saying
factual.
This. I'm just.
It's factual.
Do your research.
I'm not one of them ones who goes, it's fucking flat earth. It's fucking not. Yeah. It's a fucking big round globe, and there's fucking space, and there's fucking all that. Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
But you're saying about conspiracies. I'm not one of them people that sit here and go, oh, there was no COVID, there was no this, there was no that. There was COVID. It was fucking started by the fucking Chinese.
Taliban?
No, it was started by the Chinese. Why the Chinese?
Where's the lab reports?
Why the Chinese kids not believe in Santa Claus?
Why?
Because they make the toys. Oh, I woke up and I find this. I make it yesterday.
Cheeky bastard, I fucking... This iPhone shit, mate.
You sound Turkish. You sound like you work
Not dumbass, I'm from fucking Wang Ping, mate.
Wang Ping.
Wang
You
Ping.
sound like you fucking own a barber's in East Belfast. You want skin fade on your head?
I come to East Belfast, start up my own barber shop, mate.
Jamie Bryson.
You want skiff in
Jamie
it?
Bryson.
I hope it happens. I hope it happens.
He's a all asked for him to be on, right? Now, here's the fucking thing. Jamie Bryson and me have had spats. Spats is probably the best thing to say. It was nothing but a few wee Twitter fucking conversations, right? And over the years, he's come off with some fucking clinkers, right? He really has. So
It's up there with Jay Donnelly calling me a sadhu that one time. Went to call me a sadhu when he called me a sadhu.
a sadhu.
Yeah, it just sounds like
Maybe
something.
he thought you were in the Taliban.
I thought that sounds like something. It made me laugh because it sounds like something in an Indian.
Fuck that! That's a sadhu.
It sounds like something in an Indian that you're like, you'd never order. Like, oh, a sadhu,
Can I have
not touching that.
the sadhu, mate, without the payload, right?
Sadhu, 2 now. Right, go on.
But yeah, no, he's been putting up some clinkers and he's trying to stir shit a fair bit. But he put up a video where he was on talking to the Daily Mail. Mm-hmm. Massive, very respectable fucking tabloid.
Yeah. Supported the Nazis.
He was saying in the video, so I watched it, and he was basically saying, harder, the British government let the Irish government and Europe try to land grab the rest of this country. And I was like, right, okay, so you're giving off about people land grabbing. Now the Irish government have a claim to this place. Whether he likes it or not.
Disputable, but they have it.
Yeah. It's fucking attached.
Yeah.
It's like me saying, William, do you know what? I own your fucking head. Now I know it was part of your body, but 800 years ago we took your fucking head and we give it to somebody else. And there's other wee people living in your head. These wee fucking people live in your hair. We put them there to keep your head. But the rest of your body, it does have a claim to it because it's attached. But it's like...
But those little people live there now.
100%.
Yeah.
I have no thing about this.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Let me get this straight so people know. Right? I understand that there's people live here who see themselves as British.
Yeah.
I understand that people see this as their country. It was given to them and they defended it. And they've been here. They've been here a long time. I see those people as my fellow countrymen.
Yes.
I also understand that they have culture and they have this. I don't dispute any of that.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take it away.
Yeah.
But if a fuckwit who stands on a wheelie bin, who's trying to say that he's educated and is representing those people, and in that calls the fucking Irish government and Europe Nazis because they land grab, because the Nazis were the original land grabbers.
Yeah. Which is wrong also, by the way. They're not the first people to land grab.
No, we could really go back to like the Roman Empire.
You could go back to Neanderthals to be like land grabbers.
Are they the people that live in fucking North Belfast?
Yeah. The original M word.
Connor Burns is the last of them. That's but like fucking seriously, he is calling them Nazis because the Nazis were the original land grabbers, and I just put up below it.
The OGs of the land grabbing game.
Did the fucking English not land grab well before the fucking Nazis?
Have you seen how many countries have the wee Union Jack in their flag? Do you know
Yeah, because there was
Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah, and listen, the Dutch were fucking hers for too.
Oh, aye.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and the French
were hers.
But the word, like, I mean, they went round the fucking world. So he can't call them land grabbers when the ones that he fucking says to be part of were the biggest fucking land grabbers
Also,
at one stage.
When the unionist politicians campaign for Brexit, talk about fucking cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yes, so they don't like that fucking Boris Johnson's made cunts out of him.
Yeah.
Right.
Which everyone was saying when it came out that this would happen. And
Even
then
the
they come out and
ones
be like,
who were pro-Remain were going, listen, you need to be careful because they're going to fucking sell you out.
Yeah.
It's not going to be what you expect.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, fuck you, we don't like you, you like Palestine.
Sammy Wilson gave the worst answer to it when they were like,
Well,
what would you
fish and
do?
chip shop.
I was like, what would you do if there's food shortages? Oh, just go to the fish and chip shop. Where did they get the fish? You fucking idiot. Where are they getting that fish from?
Absolutely.
You fucking high blood pressure
This is what
cunt.
annoys me. So I put it up. Now, Jamie used to fucking say to me on Twitter, how's the comedy career going? Blah, 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 blah. Obviously now, because of sale of a few tickets.
Yeah.
And
We're
a wee bit more
we're getting,
popular.
where's your food platters, bitch?
Yeah, so he just goes basically now, who are you? Sorry, I don't know you. And like,
We're sitting here with plates of vol-au-vents.
People, where's
you're
your
going,
free?
fuck it,
Where's
where's your
your free?
vol-au-vents?
Where's your free chicken curry? Who are you? Where's your free hypnosis t-shirts that you don't find because William has them in Dundalk? But no, that's what's fucking. He is fucking being spokesman for those people.
Yeah.
They need to pick somebody else. Somebody needs to go, Jimmy, you know what to do? Fuck off. Because if you're going to go on and talk shit and look stupid, it's not doing our cause any good.
I think this is going to really entice him to come on the show.
Listen, I asked him to come on for a debate. That's what I've asked him to do. He can look up Mudblood. I don't think he's stupid. I think he'll be looking into the show. He'll be looking what it is. More likely he won't come on.
Yeah.
But if he wants to come on and we'll debate it out, I'm not saying I'm not the representative for fucking Ireland. I'm not the representative for the Catholic community. I'm the representative for fucking what fucking people in this country now is all about. We fucking seeing most of that now.
Yeah. Can I be the Andrew Neil, just moderating in the middle?
Well, you're mostly fucking very similar to the way I think.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you're Protestant, Catholic, Jewish, fucking Hindu, Muslim. I don't.
I did on stage at the Fela, I did material about a United Ireland, and you felt the room as soon as I brought it up go like, ooh, but I said how I feel about it. Who's paying me the most benefits? That's all I give a fuck.
But it's a genuine question that people's going to ask.
Yeah.
All I care about is I have a family. I'm a family man. I've got kids.
Yeah.
And you know what? Somebody put up the other day something about Fela and they were complaining about it. And I told the story that I brought you.
Yeah.
Did you feel intimidated?
No.
I wasn't wearing a tri-coat, nor was I wearing a Saldy top. And I support Saldy.
Do you want to tell them what I was brought on stage to?
Oh, you were brought on stage to Celtic Symphony, but you were playing in the car. And that was also done because you played what for me, getting on stage in the limelight?
I played Simply the Best.
Yeah, and I'm in the toilet doing a fucking page, and all I can hear is fucking
Fuck
to me, come to me, wire on fire. Welcome to stage, Paddy McDonald. Next minute, fuck the Pope and the IRA. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought the UDA was in. I thought they were having a wedding. I thought we were at a wedding in fucking Lockshore.
And so when I came
in Carrickfergus, I thought he was going to walk out and there was going to be a girl in a white dress giving it the fucking Simply the Best.
I came out on the Fela and there was just people, everyone standing in front of me was going, ooh, ah, up the ra, say ooh, ah, up the ra. But I handled it well.
In fairness, you do look like one of the hunger strikers on one of the murals.
I wish I had the cheekbones of one of the hunger
strikers. Well, you're
strikers.
starting to have it because you have lost a bit of weight.
Do you think I'm feeling very heavy at the minute?
Oh, yeah?
I am. But
Sitting next to me, you feel heavy.
I had a bosom today. Yeah, I don't think I'm that much smaller.
Right.
But anyway, no, but I think I handled it well because they all went, ooh, ah, up the ra. I let it die.
Well, I didn't come out on the Sunday night, but I came out that night.
To
Grace. And the joke was, so in case anybody gets offended and goes, fucking your mom's coming out the Ra songs, right?
Mickey Mouse raging that you did it, was he?
Is, my dad was. And, that mom fucking was executed.
He died for Ireland.
He just married and he was shot dead. And I was like, well, technically he really didn't give a fuck about his new bride because he fucking went tell her, I'm sick and I'm in bed, but my mate Pudding around here is a bit of a dude down the fucking GPO, went down and got himself fucking in trouble.
Where are we going for our honeymoon?
I love listening. And that cell for a second. You know, but I mean, you can go into all that. But it was a bit of crack. Like that clip of you bringing me on your show to that song has massive hits.
Yeah.
Massive hits.
And I'm going to upload the one of me coming on Fela.
Yeah, and we'll put the two of them on and we'll show them.
Fuck that. We should join them together.
Because
it is... We like doing it to each other.
Yeah.
Because we know what's going to happen. It's funny as fuck.
It's funny, but I mean... the other thing too, we had... Like, people were giving shit about Fela. Right?
Yeah.
The people that's getting offended about Fela, I can guarantee you, are... Quite a few of them are Gold Hill bonfires and get involved in stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is why we have problems here. We don't like to see you in it, but we like to get it.
John is right. See the day. I'm not saying we need to stop those because I don't think we'll ever stop them.
I don't
we
think
need to admit to each other We just
that
need,
we have it.
we need 2 days a year where we go off with our own, and you're just like, you fucking dirty orange bastard, or you dirty Fenian, and we just have those days.
Listen,
we purge it out.
There is things that people do that friends don't like. You know, I have mates that do mountain climbing. I have friends that fucking... You do yoga.
Yeah.
Do you know... It doesn't mean I have to get offended that you do yoga.
Yeah.
You know, I could get offended, like, you got hypnosis clothing. I didn't.
You will get it.
I didn't get offended.
You will get it. You did.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, you're getting yourself offended.
Yeah. And it
was in the Falls Park, on the Falls Road. Now, one thing that I loved, right? The fella was fucking brilliant, right?
I loved it.
I thought it was the best fucking fella, I honestly have to say. Brilliant. We had a fucking brilliant time doing it, didn't we?
Super.
2 great nights. Loads of people come out. People came from everywhere.
Frampton's manager was that it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that means a lot.
And then everything above all, we ended up doing the fella in Ardoyne, and the Ardbone or whatever, the Hardbone.
The Hardbone?
The Hardbone.
There's a gay club called the Hardbone.
The Ardbone Fest in Ardoyne.
We should do a gay club.
In fucking Ardoyne, right?
Yeah.
You were on. You were also on in the West Belfast fella.
Yeah.
And everybody loved you in both places.
Yeah.
And they knew where you were from.
Yeah.
And you weren't burnt at the stake.
No, I did have to wait before you came to go inside in Ardoyne.
Right.
But
now, everybody loved you.
Yeah.
In Ardoyne, there was people came from Bangor who were Protestants and sent me a message and says, we're coming to a gig. Will we be alright? And I was like, yes. And they were.
Yeah.
Nothing was said to them, nothing happened. That to me is slightly, I'm not saying we've fucking cured anything.
Yeah.
But if people from both backgrounds are going to our shows in each other's areas,
Yep.
without it being neutral even,
Yeah.
that to me is a victory.
That's more than Bill Clinton did, is what we're trying to say.
What, like, the last person that came into Ardoyne from somewhere that wasn't meant to be there was the fucking Spanish tourist that hit the fucking pillar and they had a price block.
I love that story.
Right? We done something better this summer. We brought Protestants from Bangor and there was nobody shot.
And they left again.
Yes, they weren't kneecapped or brought into the club and shot.
Yeah.
They fucking came and they all had a laugh in a room with fucking people from Ardoyne, and that to me sums it up. That's the way it should be. And yes, we have to face it both sides. I mean, fucking, I'm not a big promoter of the fucking 12th of July or fucking the flute bands or whatever. The only ones I've ever seen is fucking ones that's passed in places that I've been at. I've never travelled to go and see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to stop that.
No.
I don't want to take away people's British identity.
Yeah.
I don't.
And that's how I feel about the fela too. The way people, a lot of my friends been like, oh, it's this, it's that. And I went to it and I'm like, it's literally just people having a night out. That's literally all it is.
Yeah. As you said, if they brought Ben Nicky and fucking Tall Paul and fucking Paul Van Dyke and all them bands into East Belfast, there would fucking be the same amount, 10,000 people.
100%.
Dancing.
And this is, I don't mean the slag off the 12th or the 11th, because I go to them and I like them, right?
It's something you've done from your kid.
If someone gave me the option of, if we just, because this is what Woodville does, if you put the pyres up instead of, a beacon instead of a big bonfire,
don't take it
Frankie
away.
Boyle and Paul Van Dyke will be in Orangefield Park. Yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking class. What it goes on the film is fucking class.
Yeah.
I was actually jealous.
It's a great thing that started in 1988, and I think it's fucking grew strength by strength. And yes, it is publicly funded, but bonfires are publicly funded too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take away bonfires. If you don't want to take them away and that's what you want to do, well, I'm not on a committee or I'm not on anybody to try and stop you doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I going to be offended? No, because I grew up knowing I just had them. I secretly used to drive past them on the 11th night, and if our
were you a wee bit like, fuck, I wish I was proud,
No, in a fancy looking at it and you're going, do you know what? It looks like they're going to have a good night tonight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're like, fuck, I wish I was having something like that, but
when I seen the wheel hub getting fucking burnt in Ballysilm, I was going, fuck, if my wheel hub was out building them bonfires, I would be tortured around. Would be going to me, listen, you need to go around and make sure he's alright.
Yeah.
And then I would have to be around and she'd be like, make sure he doesn't. Because I know what he's like. He's a 14-year-old wee lad.
Yeah.
And he's smart as fuck, but he's thick. Do you know, he would do something stupid and fucking light himself with petrol.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hand him petrol or a nail gun at my own house. So if I think I'm going to let him go down that field and use one of them and climb a structure, because they're not building wee small things now, it's fucking massive fucking structures.
I love when Patrick's cheeky to you and you go to me and you're like, don't know where he's got that cheek from. I'm like, really, Patrick? No idea.
Cheeky wee fucking.
Yeah, don't know where he's got that from, mate. What's that, football match or is it?
Is this the goal?
They're just watching a Celtic match here in the middle of the podcast. Very unprofessional.
He's something else.
Who was it?
Easy peasy, Japanese.
Is it Nakamura or is he still? Is he still
No, it's not. It's his wee lot.
Wakamura?
Kyogo
for a shoot.
Oh,
for
yes. Yes, no, honest. See the amount of fucking money being, and I'm not one of these like, oh, football's mad. The amount of money being thrown about in football for shit players at the minute is fucking wild.
Mate, it's like everything.
How did Ben White cost 50 million?
The used car sales business is through the roof because China have stopped letting goods from Taiwan in, right?
Yes.
So they make the microchip that goes into the
Vaccine.
No. It goes into this pod. So they can't make new cars.
Right.
Because China's not letting stuff in from Taiwan.
Right.
Okay, so China's fucking everybody about in the world at the minute, right?
Yeah.
Not only with vaccines.
Yeah.
But this microchip, so you also can't buy like brand new TVs. It's just a limited stock to have. It's like the stock that was already made. There's not new ones getting made because they're not.
Lazy Chinese children.
No, the Chinese people are like fucking, the Chinese government's stamping everything, right?
Yep.
So that's why when you watch the news and every couple of weeks they'll go, oh, do you remember we were talking about it a few months ago and they had these camps and they bring people in and they beat the bollocks out of them and tell them this is the way they should be thinking, right? Which I have no doubt the Chinese probably do have.
Of course they do.
Right. So they flash it up on the news. That's when they're in negotiations with the Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
About business.
Yeah.
And they go to Chinese, oh, we'll keep telling people about that. But see if you let us fucking get new cars here, we'll fucking let it.
I fully believe.
It's fucking like
I
ridiculous.
fully believe we're
they
in a Cold
play.
War.
What?
I fully believe we're already in a Cold War with China.
Think so?
Yeah. With potential to escalate. I think if they try to go for Taiwan, that'll be the point for a lot of people stepping in.
Isn't it mad that there's a country that sounds like what a dairyman does if he only ties one shoelace?
Taiwan. Fuck you. I hate you.
Why's one of your laces loose? Only Taiwan.
Did you see the trouble John Cena got in? That's such a terrible joke. The trouble he got in because he called Taiwan a country. And he had to apologise in Mandarin, being like, China's not a country. It was fucking weird. Really, really fucking weird.
Taiwan's not a country?
He had to say Taiwan's not a country.
Because the Chinese government
don't recognise it.
Don't recognise it, no.
So is John Cena...
It's like when I got booed in the Crumlin because I said Northern Ireland.
Yes.
Even Taiwan consider themselves the People's Republic. No, they consider themselves the Republic of China, and I think China considers itself the People's Republic of China.
Yeah.
But China just considers a whole lot
part of China.
Yeah.
All the People's Republic of China.
Yes.
There you go, guys. Learn something every day. China's the
here,
boss.
listen. No, I know what you mean. And the other thing too, if you want to really understand what's going on in Afghanistan, watch Rambo 3.
Fuck me. That documentary, Rambo.
Listen, Rambo warned everybody, and he fucking warned everybody.
See, if you want to know more about 9/11, watch Die Hard.
Listen, in Rambo 3, the guy sitting on a horse, him in fucking Afghanistan, and your man explains it. Alexander the Great couldn't conquer Afghanistan, right? The Chinks, the Russians, the fucking everybody.
The Chinks
could not take it.
Yeah.
So, why the fucking Russians or the Americans thought they could is fucking...
Well, because it's a different time, isn't it? I mean, the Chinese, when they tried to take over Afghanistan, weren't using guns and shit. We've got...
What were they saying?
People can hit you from a fucking miss... Like, not even leave their fucking bedroom. Just pull up their phone, pause Pornhub, drone you.
The Yanks tried to do that and it didn't work. There's now fucking wee guys who were on horses a week ago in the mountains fucking running the bumper cars in fucking Kabul.
It's fucking amazing. Do you think like that's been their motivation this whole time? Being like, we will get the bumper cars, brother. Did you ever see the brilliant movie about extremism, Islamic extremism, Four Lions?
Oh,
no.
It's fucking outstanding. It's written by Armando Iannucci. And it's about like these suicide bombers. But that's one of the jokes he uses in it, is the extremists who clearly don't understand what they're really fighting for. Mm-hmm. And all he does to tell them is like, if we get into heaven, you'll get to go on like rubber dinghy rapids like in Alton Towers. And that's before the guy blows himself up. He's like, rubber dinghy rapids, bro, and blows himself up. And that's just what that reminds me of. Just fucking cunts down for bumper cars, like.
And giving off about it.
Yeah. And then they're in the gym getting ready for those 72 virgins. That's what they're doing. Getting their stamina up.
Do you think they have 72 virgins when they blow themselves up because they have like that many pieces of them because they've blew themselves up, so there's a piece for each virgin?
Do you think the 72 virgins eat them, or are they all just
No, they
attach
just
themselves?
get one bit of them on themselves, and that's it.
So, does he blow up in the 72 decks?
No, just 72 pieces. And like,
Well, no, that's his physical body. His spiritual body will go into heaven.
so he's only really getting 72 fucking spiritual fucking people.
Ah, but he's a spirit himself. So
No, but I mean,
none of it's real. I don't know what the fuck.
no, but
Look,
I'm trying to work this out. Like, if somebody says to me, "Here, listen, see for Ireland, right? See if you go out there and you fucking blow yourself up
Yeah.
in Tullycarnet,
Yeah.
you're gonna get 72 birds waiting for you in heaven." I would go, do you know what? I'm finding it hard with one here. I'm finding it hard married to one woman.
Yeah.
And
You don't want
keeping her
70.
happy.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, I can just see trouble starting. Like, you know, the first night you go over and you see all 72 of them. So you'll obviously look and see which one you think you fancy the most.
Yeah.
So straight away you have 71 very disappointed fucking whores waiting on you.
And the amount of shoes that will be about the place for your 72 wives, you'd be kicking them all over the fucking place.
Yeah, you know, how many hours do you have in a day to fucking keep them all happy?
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but like,
What shite would you have to listen to?
technically, like, 5 minutes every couple of weeks keeps you happy, like.
Is it?
No, do you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean. Like I'm a wee bit younger. I couldn't do that.
and on
now.
top of that, you've now got 70 odd birds, right? Their periods are going to sink. So there's going to be 1 week where you can't go near anybody.
Do periods
unless-
actually sync up?
Yes.
Do they? Like iPhones? I
No,
love
no,
that.
genuine. Like iPhone.
Are they like infrared?
It's like-
you have to stand
like
like
a
hold
red-
them together.
It's like instead of an iCloud, it's red cloud.
I won't lie, right? And I sound like such a child. I never really learned about periods. Like, I know what they are, but I don't really know in great detail.
Have you had
really
yours yet?
No. My dick just bleeds when I touch it too much.
Have you had your purple pube yet?
What the fuck's
Or your
that?
third ball.
Have you not had your purple pube?
What the fuck's a purple pube? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Have you never had that? No.
What the fuck are you two saying to me?
Are you? I don't know.
I am
So you
being...
were never told in school?
No?
Is it a Catholic thing?
Is that what the priest tells you?
You get your purple pube.
You're just saying it over and over again. I don't know what it is. What is it?
Well, then we'll leave you to go and look at it. We'll talk about it again. He probably has it. He just hasn't realised. Don't Google it now.
Why?
Because we're in the middle of a podcast.
Hang on. You stopped it to look at fucking Celtic scoring. Right, so we're gonna... I googled it and no one has a fucking clue what you're on about. So...
I don't know either. That's the first time I heard of it. But
It's the
fuck.
thing people say these are in school. They go, "We
I
get
was
purple
our
pube,"
one.
they go,
Our one was always, if you got your third ball yet, you would see we lads go on.
It would look like a Newton's cradle.
Wasn't it? Third ball.
Yeah, sorry I wasn't here last week, guys. I was busy in Plymouth,
Fuck's sake.
so I couldn't make
I
the
woke
show.
up to 100 messages. Like, how much you look like him is fucking frightening.
It's me.
Do you know what? If you actually lived in Plymouth,
Yeah.
you would have been fucking shot on
"See,
site.
before you got your haircut."
It was literally like when I was going through my stage of bad depression.
I
looked
watched one
exactly like
video
that.
and I went, I can't watch that again.
I didn't see any. You didn't even send me any.
No, mate, do you know what? I said, no, this wasn't even, this was just a maniac talking on his YouTube channel. And I was like, do you know what? He's a fucking moron. I don't want to know anything more about
Oh, was
him.
it of the guy?
Of him and talking bollocks on YouTube.
Well, he's
And
a-
it's just like a fucking lunatic.
There's so many of them now. It's like an incel community. Do you know what incel means?
Yes.
What's incel mean?
Well, a lot of people were in cells here.
No, that's not what incel. Not in this case. That's not what incel means.
Go ahead. You tell me.
It's a shortened term for involuntary celibate. So someone who can't get their hold,
Yeah.
right? And it is a genuine security concern now because these dudes ain't fucking.
Yeah.
And then they're going online and getting radicalized by like people being like women are fucking evil, and then
Yeah.
you need to go out.
Well,
and show society.
he did say stuff about women and stuff online. So I watched like 5 minutes of him. I went, "You're a fuckwit. I'm not giving you any more of my time," and I turned it off.
Yeah. But that's so. The biggest, back in
Just-
the 80s.
Shit like that in the world fucking really gets me down, Nick. It really fucking does.
Do you know why I'm so apathetic? You've seen me, you'll show me something really horrible and it doesn't faze me. And it genuinely is because I've been exposed to it for so long.
I think, but...
I'm like the cunt in Clockwork Orange, just sitting like watching all this horrible news for 20 years. Now I don't give a fuck. Like, it doesn't bother
I think
me.
it's because I have kids now and you have them worried. When you become like a daddy and stuff like that, like it worries me that I'm sitting fucking watching.
I'm already a daddy.
Sitting watching... Who's your daddy?
No, I am the daddy.
Do you know what I mean? And you're sitting watching and some fuckwit like that just goes and fucking kills people.
Yeah.
And then you find out he's killed a fucking child and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
I understand now, right? See, when people are like, oh, love being young, never want to grow old. As you get older, you do get more and
it's
more...
more responsibilities, more things.
More anxiety over weird shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I understand that.
I think there's not enough money spent. Now, don't get me wrong. There's no way you could monitor every fucking head case that's fucking going because, fuck me, first of all, they would have to go into the comedy scene and then they would have to and lock every single one of us up because we are all...
See, if we didn't have comedy, me and you'd be out murdering people.
It would just be fucking, I don't know.
Claw hammers like that.
Do you think then most of the guys that was involved in the Troubles were all comedians that just didn't have stage time?
Lenny Murphy had some timing on him.
Michael Stone for one night only in the Ulster Hall.
I know, he'd bomb.
Do you know I get sent messages all the time like, what's your favourite loyalist?
See, I would have favourite... not in terms of like, I agree with what they did, but I'm like, if you're going to be a terrorist, you're fucking fairly well for it. Joe,
Imagine if they had like UVF, UDA, and IRA, like fucking like no match attacks. Like no.
Oh my god, yes!
That'd be amazing.
I've got a Michael Stone shiny. We've got a rare Bobby Sands. That's fucking glass. That's a great idea.
Parmeldy Trumps.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I see you're Michael Stone and I Razy, two Jerry Adams and Mark McGillis and the fucking...
Jerry Adams doesn't count, he wasn't in there.
Oh, he can't even be in it.
He gets a manager card.
Fuck, he'd be raging, wouldn't he? He'd be like, fucking hell. All his mates are in the fucking thing and he's not in it. He's like, oh, well, can you not have like a Joker in the park that's not actually part of the game?
Do you know who I think would be a good card?
He would be the Joker.
Oh, yes. No, he'd be an underrated card. Jerry Kelly.
I don't know.
So, like his aggression's 9. Do you know what I mean?
Don't think he'd be underrated. I think Jerry Kelly would be up there as one of the top average.
He'd be a good card. No, but I mean, you know, he's not. He'd be like, we secret card and I guess wins every time.
I was sitting watching Facebook, looking through it, and this advertisement came up for BritBox.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the shows that they're advertising that they're showing is The Great Escape, and it has Jerry Kelly. And it says, BritBox, Great Escape. And it has Jerry Kelly's, and I'm like, I'm sure he's seeing that advertisement and going, I'm not too happy about the prerogative.
Might get royalties there. Would he take the royalties? That's the real question. Show me how deep your fucking Irishness goes. You're taking them royalties off Britbox. See, when you said The Great Escape, I thought you meant the Nazi war camp one. I was like, what the fuck is Jerry Kelly in that?
They do like a stage show which is called The Great Escape because they had the biggest escape from British jail.
I know, that's what I know him from is...
It's from escaping jail.
Yeah, shooting the guy in the head.
I don't think he done that, did he?
That's what I was always told, but I don't fucking know. Yeah, I've discussed things with you that I've been told, and you're like, it's completely like it's not wrong, but what you've been told about it, I don't know.
I know somebody did. I didn't know it was him.
That would be his moments card, wouldn't it?
I'm not a tout.
It's a bit late now. I'd be like, rocking up the Jerry Kelly's door. Like, new evidence has come up.
I think you'll find, Paddy, that's a fucking thing.
With a wee card being OTR and it's just like a silhouette.
But here, paramilitary trumps.
Oh fuck, I'd love that so much. Shukri Brothers double play.
Somebody Panini.
Yeah.
Need to contact Panini to get that up and sorted.
That's the next sponsorship.
Anyone got a Sammy Skelly rare shiny?
I've got a fucking double here of Billy Hutchinson.
Somebody sent me a video the other day of Johnny Adair and two of his mates sitting in a bar watching the Dublin Kerry match.
2020. See how far we have come as a society.
He fucks off to Scotland, starts liking GAA football. Although, let's be honest, Johnny Adair and fucking the guy and wee skimpy shorts and tight fit men and stuff. He did share a sale with Sam Skell.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he shared more than a cell. You ever seen the Danny Dyer where he goes meets Sammy Skelly? Sammy Skelly hides it at nothing. Like, he just comes out and goes, love cocks, man. Love cock. Fucking dudes all the time.
Maybe he went to jail for that reason.
I think it was like terrorism, but maybe that is why he went to jail.
No, but you know what I mean? Like,
how do you play guilty as fuck?
let me see. I go in there and all these fellas are running about with nothing.
He has a
on
tattoo on his
themselves.
dick as well, so if you ever
Does
meet
he?
him, yeah.
How do you know that?
Because he talks about it in the Danny Dyer thing.
Does he?
He don't get it out, like, but he just goes, I've got a big tattoo of an anchor, and Danny Dyer's like, fucking
He
weird.
has an anchor.
He's like, yeah.
Some people think mine is like an anchor because it's a dagger, but it has two bits hanging out of it.
Do you want to have an anchor fight with Sammy Skelly?
Not really.
For the Patreon?
Not fucking really. Like,
Cockfighting, literally.
no thanks.
Okay, I want to say, I think we'd get big subscribers if we put that up. We should get you on Tattoo Fixers.
On what?
Tattoo Fixers.
I was meant to be on a show Billy Kirkwood was doing for, I don't know if it ever got made. Show Us Your Tattoo it was called. On
I can see why I didn't get made if you were asked to be on that. That's just a man getting his cock out.
I forget what channel it was, but Billy was getting that made and he was a presenter. So it was spoke about, like, show us your tattoo, big man.
Look out there!
Show you it?
There's a film shooter here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That photo needs to go up. That is him, like. That is fucking him. You've improved immensely. I don't think you
That was over lockdown, so the only reason I didn't have my haircut. That was literally over lockdown. Because Dave Elliott said the same. He's like, yeah, I saw you. I was like really concerned about you. I was like, bro, the barbers were closed and I live with old people. I couldn't have someone around. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm sitting at your granny's funeral, fresh as fuck. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to do that.
It was like there was all these backstreet fucking barbers set up. I got my hair cut in Blackstaff Mill in the car park. In fucking this bar.
People showing us
guy
getting
up,
shot. And you're
like
just
it was
like,
like,
number
I
two.
swear to God, it was like drug dealers. There was a guy come up past me and he says, "See your hair's long, mate. Do you fancy a haircut?" And I was like, "Why you can do that?" And he's like, "I know, fella. Just have to keep it all hush hush." And I was like, "For a fucking haircut?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah." He's doing it out in the open, like, but sort of behind here, like it was like a fucking gorilla outfit, fucking chair in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like gorilla, like with a GU. And my we went, it's a gorilla outfit. It's just a man dressed as a gorilla.
Then he started playing the drums. I can feel it.
You need a haircut, mate.
Falling in the air at night.
Oh fuck, I love that. What time are we on? So we don't overgo. 44 fucking minutes.
Well, I'm getting the line too. What are we talking
We've talked about that. We haven't talked about a very important thing. It's a
Yes.
wee bit of a downer.
Yes, it is a wee bit of a downer, but we'll have to address it.
Because it upset me.
I done a gig with him in Lincoln, in England,
Fuck you.
and
We haven't said who it is. The passing of a great comedian, Sean Locke.
which
Very
was
sad.
today. Yeah, fucking genius.
We were sitting with the two people from Shine, and we were just having a normal business meeting, and I was going, your boy Sean Locke's dead. And then the meeting ended.
Yeah, you fucked the meeting up. You did fuck the meeting up. And I didn't really comment on it at the time. I think I didn't really take it in, and then I thought about it, and then I remembered doing the gig with him in Lincoln, in England.
Yeah.
And he was fucking brilliant that night, to be honest with you.
Nice guy.
Lovely fella, very quiet, like, you know, but all very nice. Spent his time saying, you know, what where are you at and where are you at in the comedy scene and stuff like that. Yeah. He was a wee family man, and he told me he had a couple of kids. I think he had 2 or 3, he said he had. And he was just drinking Guinness, and he was telling me he loved Guinness and stuff.
Yeah, so that's it, because now you've been in the comedy scene for so long, and we also know that many people over in the mainland UK. We kind of have those loose connections to them, like we don't know them,
yeah,
but you know people that know
he
them.
filled in that night for Sean Locke filled in for, I can't remember, it'll come to me. I remember the day and then I can't remember again.
Yeah.
And he turned up, so he wasn't even meant to be the comedian that was closing the show. Mm-hmm. And he turned up, and I thought, wow, like, fucking, if that's who they got as a replacement.
All I've ever heard
and he
is
was fucking brilliant.
just
but
the
yeah,
nicest
it was
guy.
because I was living over in England at the time, away from kids, and he was saying, fuck, that must be tough, like, do you know what I mean?
I actually took that moment to understand.
We had that relation.
Yeah.
More so than he didn't see my set.
Yeah.
So although we talked about comedy it was more like he was saying, "Are you just over here for the gig or whatever?" And I was like, "No, I'm living over here at the minute and doing a bit of comedy at night time and stuff." And then he was like, "Jesus, that must be hard." And then he says, "I have a wife and kids and fucking whatever."
Your favourite Sean Locke bit?
I loved when he done the Tiger Comes to Paints.
That's very funny.
And the Margaret Thatcher
The
bit
Margaret Thatcher bit
is fucking...
If we could clip that on at
and
the
we'll
end
stick
of this
it
or
on.
something.
Yeah, just as a mark of respect to him.
Very, very funny. Very fucking funny, dude.
If Frankie Boyle had done that bit, it would have been bigger.
I don't think it would have been as funny because you expect him to do it.
Yes, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been bigger.
Yeah. Do you remember Frankie Boyle? He did the channel, like, this was back when after he'd done the Harvey Price joke, right? And he was a bit of a pariah. And he did the Channel 4 gala, and it was seen as like a big comeback for him because he was banned from
say
TV.
pariah, do you mean like P-I-R-A? Or?
No, I mean pariah as in, you know, the actual meaning of the word. Do you know what pariah means, Paddy?
Yeah.
What's pariah mean, Paddy?
You tell me.
So pariah is essentially a social outcast.
Right.
So he was basically an outcast from the comedy scene, and he came out the Channel 4 gala, and this was his big like comeback, as in this is your way back in, and he was like, he opened up by going, "I'm genuinely surprised to be here. I thought the only way I'd get back on the BBC was if I started fucking kids." And then he just goes, "It was the Queen's Diamonds Jubilee, and I have to tell you, I wish she'd fucking died. I wish she'd fucking died, and they couldn't tell anybody, and they had to holler her out and get the little guy that plays Gollum to fucking sit in her body." And it just reminded me of that bit, because that ended up, he didn't get on TV again for another 6 years after that.
Yeah.
Because he just came out
and went, "Fuck it."
And went, "Fuck it." I'll tell you what, the BBC joke, it was around that summer of They're All Pedos.
Yeah.
That was a fucking great joke.
And he stuck true to his thing. He's still not getting his notes back, but...
That's right. I'm not a huge fan of him at the moment. Not that much. Like, I'm not saying he's not good. He's very funny. He's just taking this weird position where he's like calling other people, like, "Oh, your jokes are racist or transphobic," and I'm like, they probably are, but you aren't the one that gets to say that.
No.
When you made a joke about a disabled kid fucking his mother, which I laughed at, right? I thought
it would be like me standing in the kebab shop calling people fat bastards while I'm ordering a kebab.
Yeah, it's literally, do you know what I mean?
And
it's
I
like
know I've used that twice now.
Yeah, that's the one analogy Polly has.
Let's just fucking be straight about it.
It's like you turn around being like, "Look at you shrimpy fuck.
Look at you fiending bastards."
Yeah. That's something I say.
Look at you two can't support in Celtic. How the fucking dare you support them bastards while standing wearing a Celtic top? Yeah. It's like Jimmy Bryson standing in a wheelie bin saying, "Them Fenians fucking singing rah songs and dancing and celebrating the music in a field."
His bin man must have some fucking challenge every morning, pulling him down off the bin so they can empty it.
Jimmy, we just want to fucking put it in the back of a lorry, mate.
Bro, you're my last call, for fuck's sake, here, come on.
Let me tell you.
I think we'll go to questions here, because we're about an hour in.
Right.
I've had a lot of fun today coming back on this.
All right.
So we'll do it in tandem. You do one, I do one.
I'm still talking about questions.
No, there's groupies out the back there. Yeah. I'll start us off. Brona wants to know, how would you feel about an all Gaelic porn category to promote the Irish language?
I would say
Be some crack.
they could call it fluck.
Yeah.
There's one of them which is wet.
I don't know enough Irish to do this.
No, okay, I'll not do no more. Let me see. So, start a Patreon so us loyalists can watch your stand-up. We'll discuss that in the show tonight.
We will.
You can go and watch my stand-up anywhere you like. And we have shows going to be announced.
We will have East Belfast shows.
And we'll do one in East Belfast. So if it's not loyalist enough for you, I don't know what else.
Christian Preston wants to know, what's the worst heckle you've ever gotten? How did you handle them? Now, what I'm going to answer with is one that happened recently. And it was the very funny guy, Darren Matthews, was MC in the Crumlin Star. It's not a comedy audience, right? So it was a bit loud, a bit rowdy. And he was getting heckled quite badly. And he was in the middle of a joke, and someone just turned around and went, "Yo, fuck up." Darren turned around and he went, "No, that was very rude. You should have better manners." And the guys turned around and went, "Sorry, mate, fuck up, please."
It's so Belfast.
That's fucking brilliant too.
It's like your man. Do you ever see Reman? There's a guy from England interviewing outside a Spar, right? And he goes, Here, mate, have you been seeing the news about Brexit? What do you think about it? And your mom just looks at him and goes, it's a lot of bollocks. And your mom goes, and what do you think about it? Bollocks. What's on? It's the most Belfast thing you'll ever see. And he had somebody done a thing where the sunglasses come down on him, the thing, and it's just thug life. It's just so Belfast. What do you think about Belfast?
It's like
Brexit.
the guy,
Bollocks.
like the American guy who's doing the Instagram live video on the train station. He's in Northern Ireland, and some guy comes up behind him. He's like, so hey man, what's the crack with Belfast? And the guy looks at the camera and goes, being alive is a fucking nightmare. And then just walks on.
Our body reportedly recreates all cells every 7 to 10 years. If this is the case, why are tattoos permanent?
Do they not fade though?
They do.
So fuck up. I don't know. I don't.
Science
Science was never my subject. You're the science one. I don't know.
Right. Go ahead.
Paddy Mac wants to know, when are you boys booking a UK tour? P.S. Please come to Leicester.
We didn't discuss that today.
No, we didn't. Don't think we have much of a thing.
I did mention it,
and
they sort of rubbished it.
Leicester. I don't think the
enough.
Numbers are massive.
Right,
in Leicester.
okay.
But a UK tour, Paddy?
Yeah. No, you'll definitely get to see us if you want to travel a wee bit
soon.
Anya McGreevy, 1972 says, "Are you in the Ra?"
Yes, I am. I'm a sleeper agent.
William is now after going to the Wolftones on Sunday night.
I just get it.
No, it came with the ticket.
Yeah. I was out the front. Know the way they do COVID tests? They had me out the front swearing on a Bible. Yeah.
With a tricolour.
Yeah.
I'm not in the Ra either. Just let you know, William is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Niall Kelly wants to know, if you and Paddy were a wrestling tag team, what would your name be? We were a wrestling tag
team. The Mudblood brothers.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to come out the eye.
Yeah. Come and get closer. That's great. The Mudblood
Everybody
brothers.
Be like, yeah!
What would a finishing move be? Double choke slam, the people get 2 feet off the ground.
A triple.
I think just a double spear. Just us run at them.
We could do a wee arm and call it the Spasticus move.
What?
Do you know, like, we'll just shake the arm and then they're sort of down and then fucking drop the elbow.
Oh, like the people's elbow, but like way worse.
Yeah. Like, we'll just do it, like, and then go.
Yeah. I try to throw my elbow pad off, like it's stuck, and I'm like, help me with it.
And then we'll just down, and we'll do it together, like a double slam.
I like it.
And then it's 1, 2, 3. You've been spasticated.
I like it. That would be my wrestling name, the Spastic.
Spasticus.
The wrestling Spastic. There actually was a guy. There is a wrestler with cerebral palsy. Fucking class.
Liam Bach9 said, "What's the biggest animal each of you could take in a fight? No weapons." What'd you call your ex-girlfriend, the big massive one?
I don't have. I don't fuck fat chicks. I don't know where you've got that from.
What's the biggest animal each of you could take in a fight? No weapons.
Know them.
Do you know what? Taking an animal down isn't that fucking easy.
Depends what animal it is. I could take a fairly big pig. I'd kick the fuck out of a pig.
You think so?
I'd take a pig.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I don't know.
I wouldn't go near its mouth. I'd just hit it.
Are we funny like our dog?
A wee chihuahua?
Like not even a full chihuahua, like a fucking
like a
half chihuahua, fucking half Jack Russell, a Jackhuahua. That somebody has farm bred. It has 3 legs or something. I'll go
Jackhuahua.
A Jackhuahua. No, people.
Well, this name for the episode is Jackhuahua.
There was somebody selling Jackhuahua for 1,800 quid when I was looking for a dog during lockdown, and I was like, "What the fuck is a Jackhuahua?"
That sounds like.
And I rang him, and it was just this fucking fella. It was like, "Mate, no, it was like we had a fucking Chihuahua, and her ma had a fucking Jack Russell, and we went away for a day, to fucking get sorted and stuff, and the wee fucking Jack Russell bucked our fucking Chihuahua."
Okay, then the 2 dogs are smoking fags.
And now we have Jackhuahuas, and these things, they were fucking ugly as fuck. Like, really properly. Like, no way a dog's meant to be cute as a pup. These were like fucking rats.
Like us as children.
Not even like a no, like a rat looks. You know, these had fucking one eye at the top of their head and another eye down below their nose. You know what I mean? I was like, and I was like, oh, 1,800 quid. Like they're a fucking designer dog. No mate, they're a fucking fucked up fucking thing that you fucking done. Do you know what I mean?
101 Jackhuahua.
£1,800. Are you fucking right in the head?
£1,800.
That's what he was selling them for. Like, you couldn't buy a fucking dog during fucking
a portion of Jackhuahua on a Friday night with no veg. It only cost £14.50.
Have you tried that new Jackhuahua in the village? It's lovely.
I got a Jackhuahua sent up or something. The fucking, I caught the moped, brought it up.
Forgot the curry, you bastards.
A Jackhuahua. I swear to fuck, people were just breeding dogs and going, like, what's your man down the street have? He has a Mastiff. Mum would breed it with our fucking Bichon Frise. And we'll call it a fucking bull Frisianese. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, what the fuck's that? What type of dog's that?
I used to have a Bichon Frise and he's dead now. I feel sad about it.
It's a real queer wee dog, like.
I didn't fuck it, I just had it.
You look like you're a hairdresser, or you were standing holding your Bichon Frise. Hello, do you like my Bichon?
I was standing there watching him shite and not picking it up. Why didn't Breach Jog IG wants to know, why didn't Paddy walk out with the blue bin to perform at the fail?
Because I'm not a fuckwit.
Debatable.
To who?
Me.
Right, let me see. Devlin, Mickey Devlin, obviously then. Does Shane Todd actually think he can play football?
Shane Todd can't play football.
Okay.
He's a good, I'll give him that. He's a good footballer. Now, I know Shane will do anything in the world and think he's class at it. He is a good footballer.
He's alright. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm not saying he's the best I've ever seen. I'm just saying, as a standard footballer, he is good.
He's alright. Stop talking about it. He's on our Patreon, for fuck's sake.
We don't have a Patreon. Don't know what made you go on a rampage in Plymouth. Bournemouth beating Arsenal. If someone paying 50 million for Ben White, I just can't get over it. Yeah. It would cost more than Varane.
And do you know what your name would be if you were the guy in Plymouth had done that?
What would it be?
Plymouth not IJ.
I don't know if you're laughing or you're having a Tommy Cooper heart attack.
That's desperate. That's fucking desperate. I shouldn't laugh. That's
you're nasty.
Fuck, here we go. Grubby's 93. Who's winning a third egg? You're William.
You.
Thanks.
Why would anyone even debate that?
We'll not even talk about it anymore because we get that every week.
Yeah. Jack Forbes, any good stories about lads' holidays? I think we should come back to that. The show.
We'll do it. We'll do it next year.
Yeah, that's an episode. We'll do that next week.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Working in the Odyssey. I fucking hated it. I fucking hated it. I did the stands.
The puck.
I did the stands. And it happens to me every job I go to, they'll be like, oh, we'll accommodate you being disabled. But see, when something happens, and I genuinely will take a wee bit of time, or I will get a wee bit tired, the fucking accommodation's not there. And they'll shout at you for not being fast enough or dropping shit. Or, generally.
You should have just went, you scratched my CD, you fucker.
Trying to make a serious point about disabled rights there. You fucking dirty fiend bastard. 96, not enough.
There was YouTube comments too.
The worst job I ever had was working on the spar on the door.
Because you're wrestling junkies.
And worse than fucking getting your finger bit off on the door.
The spar was the worst place I've done the door.
Do you know what? I understand
have done
that.
some real fucking shit bars, and I mean some real days, right? And fucking dealt with fuckwits, but I have to say, during COVID, trying to fucking tell people on the Springfield Road that there was COVID and you're only allowed 2 in the shop at a time. They were rocking up, full family, no masks on, fucking hugging. There was no COVID down there.
Yeah.
They just were like, what? What do you mean I can't go in the fucking spar with all my kids? I'm like, it's 2 allowed in at a time.
That was my shop too. You'd be like, oh, we don't have this in stock. Why? Because we get stuff from China. So, what the fuck do you mean? Where have you been?
I Although it was shit when that boat was stuck in the Suez Canal, and everywhere you went to get something, it's like, it's on the fucking boat in the Suez Canal, isn't it? That's why I get stuck. Because every single thing that you fucking need was on that fucking boat. They overloaded it.
Right, Kyle Hurst, and this is a good question for you too, because I know you love your music. Kyle Hurst wants to know, what is your ultimate festival lineup? John, we'll do 2 days each. Ultimate festival lineup.
Right.
You pick a day, I'll do a day.
Right, you do your day first.
Right.
In case there's any crossover.
Right. So if I were to do...
How many bands in each day?
No, we'll only do like a attendance final, so you get 4.
4,
Do you know
right.
what I mean? I would go... The headliner would have to be someone who is both good...
And dead.
No, not dead. Someone who rarely tours anywhere. The only person I haven't seen that I dream of seeing, I'm fucking dying to see, and I've never seen them, is Jay-Z.
Right.
He would be up there. Jay-Z up there.
Is that his second name?
Yeah. Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. His name, yeah, the Z's. Well, his name, real name
Jay-Z,
is Sean Carter.
JC's up there?
Yeah.
Up there?
Are you
How
having
do
a
you spell
stroke? Jay, what?
That's what you said.
Jay-Z?
JC up there?
JC?
That's that his second name?
Jesus Christ?
Jay-Z.
Jesus Christ headlining. So I'd have Jay-Z. Warming up before him, I would probably have... Fuck, just because I've seen them and I love them. This festival will be mishmashed. Pet Shop Boys. Mm-hmm. Right? Before them, Arctic Monkeys. Mm-hmm. Before them, I'll go with DJ, I'll go Fatboy Slim. Now, just because no one will buy tickets for that festival, and it'll be just me.
It's your Make-A-Wish, isn't it?
That's my Make-A-Wish. Yeah.
Headline in mind would definitely be Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Would you? What if I told you we could do that, but it's Adam Lambert?
No.
No.
It's not the same.
No.
He's
it's not.
good, but he's not the same.
No, because the same.
I've never seen Freddie Mercury live.
You're never going to.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, definitely would have him.
Queen. I'm not a.
Oh mate,
I'm not a big Queen
it's one of
fan.
them ones. No, when the music comes on, it literally makes my whole fucking body fucking.
I thought you were going to say it makes my whole wine. It's like I have
It's
that
like
effect.
fucking. It's just I hate.
What's your
brilliant.
Queen song? That you're like, that's the shit.
Break Free, probably.
I hate that fucking song. Mine would. Who Wants to Live Forever is a good song. I'll give them that. That's a good song.
Wouldn't be my favourite.
No.
So I would have Queen on. I would have The Prodigy on.
Yes, Prodigy's great.
I would have Oasis.
Yeah.
And then, do you have to throw a DJ in?
No, you don't have to. I was just being random as fuck because I couldn't think.
And then, just because I'm from West Belfast, I would throw the Arnold Flute Band on. Because we get plenty of funding for it.
I would have Jay-Z do 99 Problems, but Shankle Pro Boys are in the back.
I've got 99 problems, but it fucking takes not one.
Give it up for the Gertrude Star! Gertrude Star sounds like a rapper.
It was
doesn't
like
it?
when Woodville done their first festival and they got people to perform, and I was like, holy fuck, like straight away in my head, the song that they come out to would be One Night in the Shankle, One Night in the Shankle, One Night in the Shankle.
I was a kid, I thought you were going in for like One Night in Shankle and the world's your oyster.
Who's that?
That's it's not fucking M people.
Well, then
That's
why
just
would you
M.
fucking do
That's what I'm
that?
saying, it was wrong, because I thought the
right.
song was. I don't fucking know any M
Moving
people
on up, moving
24.
on up, building bonfires. We're moving on up.
Do you know any M people? Because I'm not getting the references. Mary's Boy Child, that's M people, isn't it?
Don't think so.
Mary's Boy Child, Jesus Christ, that's not M people.
That's Boney M.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Well, Boney M had a song. It was Belfast, Belfast.
Belfast, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, you totally got that wrong. So they were all singing in the fucking Woodville.
Were the M people big when the lottery came in?
Ron's. See, Boney M used to come here. No, M people were. They were big enough.
Harvey Jr. wants to know, what is your food heaven and food hell?
Oh, food heaven. I love a new lasagna.
A good lasagna, like a well made homemade lasagna?
Yes, yeah.
I'll
Not a fucking £2 one out of Tesco.
nah, fuck with that. A good lasagna's good.
A good lasagna with like coleslaw and chips.
Yeah, that's nice. I'll stick with you in the Italian. A good carbonara.
Lovely.
A good
Done
carbonara.
right, yeah.
With good quality meat.
Good quality meat.
One of the best ones I ever had is in Copy in fucking St. Anne's Square.
Yeah.
Oh, they did it, but it was like ravioli with chicken and fucking smoked panna cotta. Not panna cotta, pancetta.
Nice.
Fucking unreal.
Matthew Stars, will Celtic win the SPL this season? Nobody knows.
No.
It's too early to call.
I call it no.
Ryan Gillespie, Minto had a choice between Lee Grant and Lorenzo as the child's first name. Guess what he chose?
Lorenzo.
Okay. I don't know who Minto is. What's the best one-liner you can think of? What do you call a dog with no tongue?
What?
Dirty bollocks.
See, I can't think of any.
That's rough, isn't it?
Not really, no.
You know,
I got that. I'm just ignoring it. I hate jokes.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I love
A
stories.
comedian that
and,
hates jokes.
yeah. I've never been a fan of jokes.
Right.
But I'm trying to think, do I know any one-liners? Fuck, I actually can't think of any. Nah, fuck it. I don't have any.
Who's your favourite baldy mate? And that's from Jamesy Butler. Sorry, Jamesy, I know you're baldy, but I'm gonna have to say Heskey.
I'm not saying what I was going to say. Gaddis, I'll say.
Is he your mate?
I consider us friends. And that's all.
Jake, it's Mitchell.
I don't give a fuck. I've told him we're friends and that's it. I'll tell you what I was thinking of saying after. Who'd win a race at the Ice Bowl, me or you? I'd fucking smoke you at ice skating. I'd fucking smoke you.
No, I have never seen you ice skating. You're from Dundalk, I would say you're probably good.
That's why, even though it hurts me doing it because my feet don't go in the proper position, I'd still fucking thank you.
Do they get you special wee fucking ice skates?
You can do, but I don't take them because I'm hard as
Do you
fuck.
have ones with like double blades?
No, I get a wee walker.
You get a wee penguin? You get one of the wee penguins?
I go, no, that wee the machine they use to smooth the ice, that's me on it.
Michael McAwee, funniest legal tale doing the door and not the finger max. Do you know what? That is a story and a half.
The finger max?
I got my finger bit off McAnally's.
Oh, right.
So he wants me to tell a story about doing a door. Obviously the finger is a fucking big story, but which I will tell on the show if somebody wants to hear it. You can go on and read about it online. But he wants me to tell. Do you know what? That's another one.
That's
like
another
that
one.
other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
We'll
mean?
meet
There's too
we'll do
much
it
shit.
tomorrow.
Which big name comedian do you think isn't funny? And that's from Scratch Baker.
Loads, but as we say, it doesn't mean they're shit.
No,
Comedy's just
subjective. Yeah.
There's one who I totally don't get. I just don't get it.
Is
It's
it
not
Lee
for
Mack?
me. I love Lee Mack. Lee Mack's fucking brilliant.
Is it Lee Evans?
No, lovely Evans. No Freeland. Just don't get it.
Yeah, he's extraordinary.
Just
isn't
don't
he?
get it. And fair enough, if you're into it, you're into it. He's mighty bushy is funny, but his stand up I watch in a state of confusion.
Yeah,
But I used to get angry at comedians I didn't find funny. Now I'm just like, it's just not
your thing.
just not for me.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I mean?
No,
It wouldn't
that's
be
why
everyone's
there's loads
thing.
of banter. No, 100%.
Who would be for you? I'm surprised you thought I wouldn't like Lee Mack.
No, I thought I did mean to say Lee Evans.
Lee Evans. No, I like Lee Evans.
And I like Lee Evans.
He's
too.
not my
So
favourite.
many people go to me, I can't stand him, and I'm like, I actually laugh at him.
There's a lot.
Like, don't get me wrong, he's not my favourite comedian, but I actually think he's funny.
There's a lot of comedians are held in high regard where I'm like, they're overrated as fuck. Bill Hicks is definitely one of them. I don't.
Richard Pryor.
Don't you
What?
fucking dare.
Richard Pryor shit.
No.
Shut
No
up.
fucking
Shut
way.
up. No, he's not.
No way.
No,
Not
he's
one bit.
not.
So fucking funny.
He's amazing.
Well,
Tell Bill I said to shut the fuck up.
We weren't really subjective there. Like, it was like, don't you dare talk
No,
about Richard.
because there's line. Okay, there's people who be like, they're
Have you watched the
unquestionably
proper?
good.
Have you watched proper stand up of him? Like,
What's like his? Is it no the way Eddie Murphy has Raw? What's Richard
Eddie
Pryor's
Murphy.
main one?
See Raw, Eddie Murphy. He basically just done what
Prior to
Pryor did.
you wouldn't have
That's
Murphy
why
without Pryor.
The two that like That one, and what's the main...
There is stuff that you can watch of him and he's fucking absolutely high off his
Is
head.
it Sunset Boulevard?
And you also have to remember, Sean, it was back in the 70s.
When, like, see the shit he talks about, like, that people were like, not talking about it.
No, like, everybody talks about it now, but he started it.
Yeah, it's like watching the original Office, the UK one.
Yeah.
It's not that good to watch now because every show made is in that style, but at the time,
he was fucking,
nothing
like
was that style.
Like a genius. He was like,
it's
way...
It's one of them ones, it's like on everything you see, like every list, it's like top 10 comedy specials of all time.
Pryor's up there.
Listen, he was a black man and he was like getting his own movies. Do you know what I'm saying? That was like massive.
Like, no, but Pryor and Gene Simmons are like, oh my god, two.
Gene Simmons?
Gene Simmons?
Kiss?
The
fuck did they do together?
Like, them two are fucking hilarious in the films. But
you rock and roll me all night, motherfucker!
Just never...
No, well, you have to watch an RV, but then maybe you just don't like him.
Yeah, what I would say about Pryor, he's up there with Carlin in that if you didn't have those two, you don't have the next 20 years of comedy. So even if you don't like him, you have to be like, well, he's an influence. It's like Michael McIntyre. I don't love Michael McIntyre, but then he's responsible for the style of comedy you have now.
Yeah.
Good or bad?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is there no one you're like, get him off the TV? Is it a woman, you sexist fuck?
Oh,
it is.
I don't like John Richardson.
Do you know? I can't imagine you liking him. I don't love him.
No.
I don't. It's not for me though. It's one of those. I like my comedians abrasive and loud. Some people like them introverted and awkward. That's just the styles clash, I think.
No, possibly. I'm not saying he's a bad person or a bad comedian. It's just, doesn't make me
I'll
laugh.
get stabbed for saying this. Don't love James Acaster.
Oh no.
Don't love
James
him.
Acaster's brilliant.
But again, it's that. He's a very, very clever guy. I just don't like the persona. The style isn't for me. But I love Dice Clay. And a lot of people fucking hate Dice Clay. Do you know what I mean? I just like larger than life loud. That's just what I enjoy seeing. Do you know what I mean? If I was at an Acaster gig, I'd probably enjoy it, but I'm not going to fucking go away to go.
My cousin David Lynch. The Lynches are fucking wild for this. Has put up, you ever heard your man and dad bucking? No, but I've heard your man and dad fucking bucking. When I stayed in Dromore, when I stayed in Lisburn with you, and when I was in Tullyrusk fucking Road, so there's 3 times I heard your man and dad bucking. There you go.
That was a weird moment. About time I heard your dad fuck your man.
Have you ever heard your man and dad bucking?
Not for a few years, but I had, yeah.
You had?
Oh, I had. Just thin walls, mate. We were a pure family.
Right.
And they were young. So.
Okay.
If you and Paddy, this is Hannah Victoria Stewart, if you and Paddy could go back and relive any show you've done, what would it be? That's a very good question.
Jason Manford, False Park.
That's a good one. Probably Waterfront for me. I slayed. Warming up for Shane. I murdered. I was very good that night.
Can you post a link to Sean's song from the pod? Can't find it online, and it's a belter. Sean?
Yeah, link underneath the video.
Yeah. Come and get closer to me. Let me
Paul Mack, can the earth keep up with the demand of Stephen Nolan's food intake?
That's very, very... John, that's the first time I think a question has made us laugh.
Paul Mac 28196. Let's just say fucking he's done wonders for Subway's fucking annual gross here.
When he dies, Tato will go bankrupt because there's no one to lick the fucking family packs. Let's put it this way, right? That is, to be dead serious about that, when you consider the amount of people that would consume the amount of him, say you had 1,000 Nolans, which there's way more in the world, that's a genuine question. Like, can we keep up with the amount of fucking factors? And the answer is no. I don't think so. You ever seen Wall-E? You ever seen Wall-E? The movie Wall-E? That will happen. And I think in like the next 100 years, Elon Musk is setting up for that shit. He's got to take all the fat fucks in the ship and leave us all behind. That'll happen.
Okay.
I think.
8046, favourite Celtic strip of all time. I absolutely love this stinker rig that everybody hates, which is the away one, which is the Charlie Nicholas one. It's the away top with the green and the points and the white, and it has People's Ford on it.
I really enjoyed their 2008 home kit because it was just the one that burnt the easiest.
Right. Sean Hughes. How did William get on at the Wolf Tone? Did you have a good night?
It was lovely. I had a nice time. I knew what I was expecting. Do you know what I mean? I knew what I was going to go in to see. So I'm hardly going to be like, oh, there's a lot of Irish flags here. Yeah, it's the fucking Wolf Tones. It was great. It was a good atmosphere.
There you go. I had a great night too.
Cody Hanna, not a question, but love watching the podcast. Never fails to have me in stitches. Thank you very much.
Yes, Cody, thank you. Frank's important. Have you and William kissed on the mouth yet?
Only when Paddy sleeps.
No.
I just go.
Let me see.
Scott Arlorney, why wasn't William's name on that bonfire in Derry? Because they couldn't spell it, the stupid cunts.
Claire O'Neill put up, have you any more plans for another tour soon? Big smiley face. Yes.
Yes.
How do you pronounce H from Nathan Birkin?
I pronounce it how it's meant to be pronounced, which is H.
H?
H. I will fight to the fucking death that it's H.
He just said in another question that I would knock his cunt in, so...
Yeah, but that's before you started saying H.
As soon as possible podcast, the boys. How's it going, lads? Thoughts on Sean Locke's passing? I think we've covered that in the show already.
Very sad.
It's very, very bad. Oren McGuinness, were you not at the Wolf Tones? Yes, we were, and we've discussed that.
Discussed that at length, yeah. I was going to be, if you not watch the episode, he obviously hasn't. I had a
Chris
ton of
Reese, if you were in, let me see, if you're in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or have someone cheer you up?
Leave me the fuck alone if I'm in a bad mood. Leave me alone. That's just me. I can cheer someone up who's in a bad mood. Absolutely. You can't cheer me up when I'm in a bad mood. I need to go hit something or do some form of exercise. Or be creative. That's the only thing that pulls me out of a bad mood.
Right.
If someone tries to... See, when you're in a bad mood about something or I'm angry about something and someone tries to be like, well, look at it this way. I'm like, I fucking considered that. I get really annoyed at it. What about you?
I need to go for a dander on my own.
Yeah.
Ali UGFB, which sounds like a flute band. Am I right in thinking that?
Yeah. Anything with GFB in it, I'm like, yeah, it could be a flute band.
It's nice of you to let Shane Todd's warm-up act be part of your podcast, Paddy. Top man.
I didn't know Sean warmed up for Shane Todd.
Did you? Brandon Burns, proudest moment of your comedy career so far?
Those failures were up there.
I mean, I've always said I wanted to headline it, and I've done it now.
Selling out my own show as well.
Selling out, yeah, I think probably selling out the fucking Ulster Hall. I haven't done it yet, so maybe that's why I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah, but selling out the Ulster Hall is a big one.
Yeah. GM Murphy has spelled it. Why ever watch Blade, such a film?
You ever see Blade, Wesley Snipes?
Do you know what? I loved I went to see it by accident in New York at cinema. Right. And my mate brought his girl and I brought Andrea, and fuck me, they get up and had an argument in the middle of the fight and left. And I just loved the film. I loved the whole scene.
Why'd they have an argument in the middle of the fucking film?
Yeah, it's fucking Heskey. He's fucking mustard.
What do you think?
I don't know what the fuck he done. It was fucking, he had a different girl every week back then. But they get up and left, and I just fucking sitting there, and they were like, this film's shit. And I was like, oh, this film is fucking brilliant. I loved it.
That opening scene in the nightclub?
I loved it.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I was actually sitting going, I'd love to be here, and I'm just going, yeah, because you'd want to be here with a load of vampires.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's a fucking looks the part. I suppose it's like me looking at the 12th and going, do you know what?
That's what I felt like in the Wolf Tones.
Did you feel like that? Yeah, the scene in Blade.
But instead that was all trial music.
Jerry Adams turned up a big thanks and he was like, I was never in your neck.
Yeah.
Suck your law.
We're all just like the sprinklers all
our blood will come.
Sprinklers come on, it's just holy water on me. I'm like, get it off the fuck.
It's great to be here playing for you all tonight before we turn on the finions.
Yep. They're going to do a reboot of that too, and I don't know how to feel about it.
I hate when they do that.
Sometimes it's good.
No, I've yet to watch Ghostbusters.
That much shit.
I've yet to watch it.
Because we're sexist.
No, Neil Carr 91. Do you do the same sets at each venue, or are they different? You were both class at Fela. It really depends. What I done at Fela was like there was a lot of material you wouldn't have heard me doing before.
No.
And they were real old stuff. And then, because I didn't want to do On the Tools is the show that's in the Limelight and in the Ulster. And I didn't want to do that before it was already meant to be on, and then people didn't get to see it. So
what you saw me do was half my old hour, half my new hour.
Yeah.
So I was half.
Yeah.
And I'll be dropping a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we tend to turn it around every year, sort of thing.
Yeah. It's hard to, because of COVID, it's harder to get that time that we need to turn the material over.
Well,
we will this.
We haven't had what we normally have.
Yeah.
So
I'm booked. So many open mics have started up again. I'm booked for all.
Neil Carr 91.
So many.
Also tell young Billy I'm sorry for chatting shit in his ear in the Devonish. Big man, one leg.
Oh, he was lovely.
Blutered I was.
He was a lovely fella.
Did he have one leg?
Yes.
Right.
He covered that. Yeah.
No, but did he genuinely have one leg?
Yeah.
Where was the other one?
Up my home.
Did you invite him to football?
No.
Dara McGuigan, where's the weirdest place you've had a wank, and what's the most you've had in one day?
Probably his Paddy shed when he's setting up the podcast.
Probably in William's ear when he's in my shed wanking. And he thinks I'm setting up the podcast.
In front of the cops there, Rihanna video.
Yeah. That's up there.
I can't really beat that, to be honest.
I love how you say that like it's my fault.
Like, I done a bit of material. I do a new bit of material which is about wanking during COVID, which goes down well.
Yeah.
And I done another bit to it. I was saying like it was a 5 a day man, so I don't know how many a day man you were.
Still a 5 a day man.
R. Smith just saying, what's a crack? With a big question mark.
Fuck all, bro.
Fuck all, mate. Get your man on row on. Oh, come on, the fuck. It's not happening.
He's not well.
Why was William's English accent Australian in the Devonish? Dylan O'Neill.
Because I love doing shit accents.
Another one, is the angle of the dangle always proportional to the heat of the meat?
Yes.
Chris Suter. Yes.
Another
Another one about you in Plymouth. Then we have Cusha Glen. Should everyone learn Irish? Ta.
No one should have to do everything. Anything. You should have the option.
No, listen. Say if it fucking happens, you're all learning it.
I'm refusing to. Fuck
listen, I'll fucking... It'd be like one of them camps, Guantanamo Bay, only it's in Galway Bay, and we'll take you up there and
I'll learn fucking Mandarin first.
And you have to learn Mandarin Gaelic.
Yeah.
Did William love the Fela from
it.
Dabby's? Yes, Dabby's, he loved it. You doing any nights at the Fringe? No, I'm not. That's from Buenos Aires. Not this year. And best lads holiday story, bar the tattoo one. And we have to fall back on that.
We will.
Yes, and that's for Jack Forbes. So
make a note of that.
There's comments. Go ahead, Sean.
So question for next week for Paddy and William. How do you deal with anxiety before a show, or if you have a bad gig, do you dread the next one? Serious, that's from E. Thompson.
That's a very good question.
Good question.
How do I deal with it before the show? I annoy the living fuck out of everybody near me and just do not shut up.
I don't get, and I'm not being big-headed, I'm not being thing, I don't get nervous and I don't get anxious.
Do you know why I do? Because when I don't, I die.
And when you have a shit gig, it's the best thing in the world.
You need humbled. You need to have
and
bad you will continuously be humbled and stand up. No one in the world ever gets so good that they don't die ever.
Yeah.
It's
inevitable
happen.
You're going to fucking down your hole at some stage.
100%. Yeah. And do you know when it'll happen? When you've had like 4 in the bounce.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I'm fucking
great.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep that fear in me. Because I need that option in the back of my head. I'm like, right, I need to give this some serious fucking attention.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'll die.
Yeah.
Claire McMahon says Paddy needs to write a book, What a Life, and Sean's only a young pup yet. Kieran King, I don't know what you're on about, talking fucking shit.
What they say, is he slobber?
Satimer, don't know what that's meant to mean.
Satimer?
So then Brian Andrew says, get Colin as a guest.
Who?
Colin, get it.
He's more than welcome anytime he wants.
Declan Casey. Oh, yeah, it's just
Slabbering again.
Yeah.
What's he saying? What's he saying?
I
Let
don't
me
know.
hear.
It was the sponsorship thing.
Oh, right.
Let's see. Big C, great stuff, lads. Keep it up. Killian McClough. Sean looks like the puzzler from Numberjacks.
I don't watch Numberjacks because I'm not a 4-year-old, so you'd probably know.
We'll get it up on screen.
I would, but I need the shit. I wouldn't even risk it.
Paddy, this is from Lil Spartan, and he says, Paddy, you're looking sexy. Don't let all these comments about William get you down.
I'm the sexy one, we know that.
What's he mean by all this?
I don't know. One person said I look nice.
Remember you were talking about it?
Oh, right. Is that what it is?
Right, so let's see. Stevie Anderson says we'd love to see you on the Shankle, Paddy. Let's get it sorted.
I would love to see you on the Shankle too. But you're not
Oh,
there. I am next week though.
Shank Bonfire.
I'd like to see you on it, you can't.
That's us.
That's us.
That
Well,
us?
thank you, folks.
Yeah,
We're back.
anything
We're back.
to plug?
We're back.
Tickets for Civil War. I know for a fact we're down to the last handful.
Mm-hmm.
So get them before they will sell. They will fucking sell out. They have been flying out since the fella.
Yep.
People want more and more of the boys, and they're gonna get more and more of the boys.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna go for
Until
a
there's
fan.
no more of the boys
We're gonna
left.
go for a fans only page.
Fuck, do you want to start an OnlyFans?
Just fans only. Don't want an only fans.
Connor Burns OnlyFans.
It's fans
The
only.
other day.
What did he stop you or did you say,
No, well,
Connor?
I saw him outside the van, he's looking about, and I went, Connor, and he went, what?
Straight away.
And he's going, what's happening? When are we getting on the show?
It was funny. He phoned us last week.
Oh, I need to see that.
Did you see that? Oh, right.
He phoned us like, here, no ad fake. What are you doing the 25th? No, I need you to do a recording 5 minutes before we go on. And I was like,
It's not live, mate.
that's not, nobody will see it. You need to do it like a week before. Right, okay, well then we'll do it that way. And he never turned up to do the 20 minutes at the fucking Arbone Fest.
Was he going to?
Well, I told him he was on, he never turned up. He was at the Wolf Domes getting photos with Ryan Hahn's girlfriend. She's going with him now.
I really need to go to the bathroom.
Do you?
Yeah.
So you want to go back to Dundonald or do you want to use the one here?
No, I just need the piss. I'm not going to shit here, don't worry.
There's Protestants aren't allowed to shit in this house.
It's one of those...
You just leave your mark, you see. Do you know?
It's not like, oh, I need a wee poo. It's, I need a shit.
Oh, right. You would massacre the toilet?
I've had a boojum and 5 coffees.
Oh, so it's going to come out Mexican race.
Yeah, but I do... what?
Take a shit there.
Right here? Can I actually?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be brutal, like.
Alright, go for it.
Right. See you next week. Where's your bathroom?
What, are you going to fall down the toilet or something after?
Yeah. I meant to the podcast message before you're
That's us. Yes, sir.
Come on, get closer. Come on, get closer to me. Come on, get closer.